365 wind turbines, ready to produce green energy equivalent to 15% of Kenya's current capacity. 6,000 people in Peru, employed at one of the largest exporters of vegetables. And close to 4 million people in Africa and Asia, provided with microloans for small businesses. In the last 50 years, IFU has made many contributions to making the world more sustainable, to improve the livelihood of people in developing countries, and unlock business potential for companies and investors.
IFU's objective is to generate economic and social progress in developing countries. And we do it from a commercial platform because we believe that's the best way to generate viable and sustainable solutions to the benefit of the host countries and to the investors.
IFU's investment model is based on making direct investments in developing countries. The investments are made in cooperation with partners establishing companies.
The business model, I have very much respect for that because it's straightforward, it's business-oriented, it's very direct, and I think it's a modern way to approach and to enter a market in the developing countries.
Investing in developing countries is considered high risk, making it difficult to get funding for projects in these areas. Here, IFU plays a key role.
IFU, they are very, very professional, they are very experienced working in the developing countries. And also they provide the lenders, the projects, a lot of confidence. The fact that the Danish state, that the Crown is participating in projects like this is a very, very high comfort factor.
The effects of the IFU model on economic growth and social progress in developing countries are vast. The direct investments are only the tip of the iceberg.
Some of the benefits are, of course, that jobs are created. Jobs are upgraded, skills are improved, income is generated. That means that people can pay tax, which allows countries to invest in their infrastructures, education, and so on. But also the kinds of indirect effects coming out of the investment in terms of quality management, better environmental standards or social standards and so on.
It all started 50 years ago with a minor annual capital contribution from the import duty on coffee to Denmark. In the following decades, the IFU model proved to be resilient and effective, and the capacity expanded substantially. Today, IFU has made more than 1,200 investments in 100 countries across Africa, Asia, Latin America, and parts of Europe. In recent years, IFU has stepped up its impact in developing countries by engaging in new public-private partnerships, like the Danish Agribusiness Fund and the Danish Climate Investment Fund.
The cooperation between IFU and the Danish pension funds are examples of a totally new type of so-called blended finance vehicles, where you combine public development aid money with private capital from pension funds. This gives us access to attractive investment opportunities, and for IFU, it's a way to get leverage to its own funding. So the total investment capacity by this public-private partnership is much larger than in previous times.
The new public-private partnerships have the potential to generate economic and social progress on an even larger scale. In 2015, the United Nations decided on 17 new Sustainable Development Goals, setting the direction for the world effort. Based on that, IFU has taken the next step and is setting up an SDG fund.
The Sustainable Development Goals will only be reached with very, very strong partnerships between public sector, legislators, governments providing the right framework, and private business taking part full scale.
Private investors are invited to invest in IFU's new SDG fund, and many have shown great interest.
we are prepared to provide a substantial investment into the new SDG fund. But the fund will be open to all interested investors, and I hope that many of our colleagues will come on board and be part of the new partnership.
IFU is an integrated part of the Danish government strategy for developing countries, and the ambition is to increase private sector initiatives.
It is my belief that we, by blending IFU's 50 years of experience with private capital, have a golden opportunity to fulfill the aspirations set out in the Sustainable Development Goals. The Danish government is ready, and I hope all of you will join the journey for a better world.